Hey everyone, it's Eric Beans, CEO of HapPhi. We're going to talk to and about marketing today, specifically advertising agencies. Advertising agencies vary in terms of what products and services they offer. Most of them offer a suite of services. The more they offer, the better. It gives them a chance to monetize, and if they can actually help a company sort of fill in all the gaps that they would need to launch a product and or grow that product, they can actually become the outsourced marketing department or sales department for a small to mid-sized company. And at some point, a company may look and say, look, I kind of have an idea of what you guys do. I'm going to hire my own people. And sometimes that's a mistake, and sometimes it's not a mistake. You can save a lot of money, but you also now have a whole lot of work to do and add different departments. So the stock and standard, it can change a lot, it can vary a lot, but stock and standard, you're looking at everything from web and content development to videos. Some of them offer software, some of them offer software. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to the advertising agents about that may be listening to this. We have a suite of white label software coming. And if you're interested in seeing what we have, which I believe you are, follow us and we'll make sure that we get out more content and info and be able to show it to you. But as somebody who's putting it together, it's badass. It's so badass. You'll have an immediate advantage over all the other companies that you're dealing with and be able to offer something unique, sexy, functional, with an immediate return. And all those things are amazing. So back to the marketing ad agency stuff. We've dealt with a bunch over time, and usually they'll come in and say, look, we'll do web development, content development, SEO, blog work, all sorts of stuff. And again, sometimes software, sometimes not. Brand design, brand marketing, business cards. Some of them do business cards. When they say content creation, writing content for a website is not easy. It isn't. To do really good content and set up a good funnel is a true skill. If you could find somebody who can do it well, that's great. A lot of them will use a CMS. So a CMS is, basically your website. It's your website management system. And the CMS, a perfect example of a CMS would be WordPress. That's the most common one. We use Webflow with us. For management and web management, and I like Webflow better. It's got all the different tools, but I can do a lot of the stuff myself, and you can as well with any of them. I mean, really, they all have their own sort of stuff, but it's a content management system. So it's just basically how you're going to manage the content that you're putting out. You can do an e-commerce site through Webflow as well. So what they have hosting, again, as you look through all the litany of things that an advertising company can offer, logo design, management logo, trademarks, they'll have relationships with patent and trademark attorneys and the USPTO, response management, marketing automation, SEO improvement, SEO techniques, social media engagement, social media platforms. So strategic content, targeted marketing, tech support, website support. These are, it's a wide variety of stuff. And if you're a business owner, all these things that are on here, I've done. Every single one of them I've done myself, from even business listings and all the web work, etc. When you look at this list, and if you haven't done it before, you're going to say, oh, fuck, I need to get a company to get me help with this stuff. And actually, this will bring up a perfect series. But for the advertising agencies out there, I'm not going to give away all your secret sauce, but I'm happy to help entrepreneurs that are watching this right now that want to understand what content management is, how to put together a website. A big resource that I've used over the years is Fiverr for logos. So you go to let's start from the beginning. How do you choose a company name? Okay, that's important. So we had two company names. We had a HapPhi, HapPhi, pronounced HapPhi technically, but I don't want to make somebody go hooked on phonics to deal with us. So we call it HapPhi. And then there's one called HivePhi, HIVEPHI, and it's tough to find names. You go trying to get a .com domain right now, they're pretty slim pickings. You can go to Unstoppable Domains and actually get a blockchain domain. The offerings are a lot more, and you can get a .x if you want or something cool like that. It's a lot more expensive, but then you don't pay annual. You own it. You literally own it. It's an NFT name, and that's your domain. But the first thing you do is find the domain on GoDaddy that you like, okay, that you want. Save it before you buy it, or maybe you love it so much you're going to buy it, or maybe you're going to the auction and you know what you want, and you're looking for like a specific thing with chef or cooking. But before you buy it, go to Google, put in the name that you're going to be optimizing. However many search results Google shows you is how difficult or easy it'll be to optimize the name of your company. So let's say that you're a mortgage company and you're trying to say, I want to be Cool Loan Mortgaging, whatever it is. It's a terrible name, but whatever. There's worse. Believe me, there's worse. We were Premier Mortgage Capital, for example, with my old mortgage company. So let's say you do that. You put that into Google and you say, okay, how hard is this going to be to optimize? So I'll put in Premier Mortgage Capital. The word mortgage is a very expensive pay-per-click word, but you're in the mortgage business, you're going to have to pay it. You could be paying $30-$35 per click. And that's including bot clicks, so it can get real expensive. So Premier Mortgage Capital came up 8.98 million listings. Decent. That's not terrible. But so I went with HapPhi over HivePhi because HapPhi, I pull up 5,990 results. And so the optimization strategy so that we can own HapPhi. And if you go put in HapPhi on Google, we own it. Most of those results are us already. So that's one of the reasons is it makes it so much easier to get your name out there for branding purposes. So we put HivePhi on the shelf because HivePhi, let me pull this up, was significantly higher. I can't remember what it was, but put in JivePhi, which would be pretty cool too. That's more my speed, actually. So HivePhi was 3.67 million. So about 5,000 versus 3.67 million. That was a no-brainer. So that's the first thing. So then you find out what your name is and that it's available, that you can optimize it. Then you can start putting together your strategy and go out and get your logo. You want your logo to actually kind of say what you do. So if you look what ours is, it's the H with a smile, but it's also within the pentagon, which is a pie piece. It's actually commonly used in nature. You'll see it in pi being the formula, but you'll see it in honeycombs, bees, nature all the time. Nature produces pie-related art consistently, from conch shells to everything else. And a lot of what we've done is predicated on utilizing the ratios of nature, your natural ratios that you're attracted to, and incorporating them into the product so that you'll naturally like the product. You'll feel a connection to the product. So a lot of that thought, yes, that's how nerdy the product got and product development got. But for you, it may not be that. You might actually, so it's tough for us to have a logo that says what we do because we do a lot of stuff. I mean, this product is just got so much functionality, from chat to marketing pieces to mass broadcasting to super search to document management to all the features of Slack and Dropbox combined into one. Just crazy NFT logic and platform stuff as well. You can actually pay through their QR code reading. Can basically operate as a point of sale system. I mean, it's a hella piece of software. So for most companies, they don't have that problem where if you put me on an elevator and say, give an elevator speech, I'd be like, well, fuck, I can't do that. It's too much stuff. How much time you got, buddy? Luckily, I don't have to ask for money. That's kind of cool. But most people do, and they need a short product to put together. So in that case, you want your logo to sort of say what you do. In a way, it doesn't have to actually show it, but it has to be interesting, intriguing, good colors. You also want your logo to print well on paper. You want it to print well on on clothes. You want it to print well on hats. You want it to print well with stitch. You want it to print well on regular silk screen. So you want a two color. Is anything more than that's just going to be expensive to print. And you want to be able to make sure that it's clean, that you can see it from a distance. So more simple. So negative space is nice. Some other things. So you want to go to a logo specialist. So we went to Fiverr. There's a bunch of logo people out there. Go through and find one that you like from a professional standpoint, and maybe even try a couple of them. It's $5. I mean, most of them now do it 15 or whatever it is, but spend $100 to try a different couple logos. They'll give you a few choices, and then you can start the process of branding the company. And we'll go through more of that later. But for the advertising companies out there, you guys do provide incredible value, especially to people who haven't done this stuff before. A lot of them even have marketing outsourcing and sales outsourcing as well. But for those that don't have the software side, make sure you keep in touch with us, because we're going to be able to show you some things that are going to help you get a ton of business, and keep your clients happier that you currently have. Keep that attrition down and keep the new ones flying in. And to those that are entrepreneurs or trying to start businesses right now, we'll continue to do this series, and I'll teach you everything these advertising companies do and how to do it better, cheaper, faster, so that you don't have to pay them so much money until we start getting clients, and then I'll shut the hell up. But in the meantime, love you guys. Be happy. We'll be back tomorrow with more tips.